Hi, this is Antonio over at Real Men Real Style, and today I'm going to be talking about the blog Clothes on Film. And I feel that this is a neglected blog, one that has been putting out great content and is not getting as much traffic as it deserves. I'm sure a lot of clothing designers, a lot of costume designers, people that pay attention to film and what people are dressing are paying attention to this website. But I thought it's going to be a smart decision for a lot of my audience, men who are simply looking to improve their personal style, to come check out this website. Because, you know, first view, like we see this thing up here about Captain America and the first trailer. Being a movie fan, I don't mind. You know, this is a bit of entertainment, but it goes a lot deeper than this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This blog was started by a gentleman named Chris Laverty, and I've spoken. Well, I've emailed and tweeted with him. A stand-up gentleman, and he has a lot going on. But you know, why should the average guy come to this website and check out Clothes on Film? Well, I'm about to show you. So he gets into the nit-gritty details of men's style as we see on television shows and movies. And so here is Mad Men's on John Slattery, and he goes, okay, I have written actually an article very similar to this, and which I break out, you know, the Mad Men's individual style. But this is taken to a whole nother level. And he really goes into very, very deep detail as to what makes this particular character look sharp. He talks about the double-breasted. He talks about, you know, the fit of the jacket. He talks about the fabric. He talks about the cut. All of the little details he goes into. And that's just the start, because then he goes over to a popular movie like Inception, and we learn about Jeffrey Kurland and his costume and what they were thinking when they put this together, what they wanted to portray. And I think that's very interesting. That's something about film. I don't think there are many other industries where you are going to see so much talent paying attention to such small things. And all of it is recorded for you to observe. So you can go to this website and you can learn about the costumes in the movie Inception. And you're going to look at this film differently. And I think that's something pretty powerful. You're going to start paying attention to those small details. What initially drew me to this website is I think I saw somewhere it was reposted that he had basically broken down James Bond's style. So here he talks, we've got, the latest James Bond film and some casual pulls from there. But no, where was I going to go with this? I think the one that I was really impressed with was this one, the Sean Connery in Dr. No. And he breaks down all of the pieces, how Sean Connery dressed in all of the movies, and even talks about how when he would actually rewear certain outfits. Really a great job. I haven't seen anyone else do this. He even breaks it down to, you know, whenever he takes the jacket off, and all of these great details. Actually talks about the DAC trousers, which, you know, who is paying attention to this stuff? I can tell you, Chris is doing a great job. And just a little bit more about him. He has created clothes. He created Clothes on Film, and he writes most of the content here. And yeah, overall, a really approachable guy, very easy to get a hold of on Twitter. Okay, so we talked about the James Bond. Here's Live and Let Die. He gets into Roger Moore's Chesterfield coat, and then he pulls up some photos of the actual coat and gets into great detail and shows how this, we see how it looks in the movie, and he pulls out photos of how it looks in real life. He also talks about, of course, Michael Douglas and his shirts. And what's funny is then he revisits the latest Wall Street movie and talks about, how things have changed and the new designs that we see here. Then he goes into Michael Caine, which if you're not a fan of film, Michael Caine used to, be a huge style icon. Not so much anymore, but it was very much a tough guy and has some great looks. And then he gets into a more modern movie Eastern Promises. Then he starts getting a bit more casual. And this is where actually I feel the website is great for casual style, because it starts giving us ideas. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend a double-breasted with a turtleneck, but he shows how Mark Strong pulled this off and actually does a pretty good job. Not my cup of tea. I actually like this lower look, this gray 2-button single-breasted dogtooth check suit, which he goes into great detail and allows you to see a look, and perhaps you can incorporate this into your personal style. He even gets into more casual stuff here. We've got, Night and Day, and we can see Tom Cruise here in what looks like I think it's a denim button-up, but pays close attention to the buttons, and we can see how that looks on a man. And then he gets into some really casual things. I mean, who would have thought you could pull inspiration from The Big Lebowski? But he does that, and he talks about Jeff Bridges' sweater, an entire article on this sweater, and basically more detail than you would have thought. But it really brings up, hey, if you want to incorporate a cardigan, it's a very good article to read to help build a foundation. And he even touches things like the Warriors. Now, I'm not advocating you go out and get a leather vest with Warrior on the back, but I can tell you that wearing a vest creatively can add a lot to a man's individual style. I've written about it, and I like where Chris takes this. It is overall a very well-written blog that is very strong on visual images, and it is well worth your time. He's got the archive over here, so you can just click to that, and you will be taken to 3 years of articles. A lot to look at here. Again, this is Antonio Centeno over at Real Men Real Style, and I highly advise you check out the blog Clothes on Film. Have a great day. Bye-bye.